Okay, so this is a new one that's been coming up a bit, which is sharpening stones versus poisons. So let's talk about why some rogues are actually choosing to change their talent builds and using sharpening stones over poisons, and when you should be doing this, whether you want to be doing this, whether it's good or bad, or what situations basically are sharpening stones better than poisons, and when are poisons better than sharpening stones. Okay, so we're in game now here, so because I want to basically explain and show you what it means for sharpening stones versus poisons. So this is your standard deadly poison, right? So you've got your deadly poison in your offhand. This is kind of the standard thing that rogues have been doing since start of TBC. You put deadly poison in the offhand, you engage the mob, and then you stack up your poison, right? Like as normal. So when should you be using deadly poison, and when should you be using your stones? Well, poison is still best if you're talking about a fight where, for example, if this Terramorph here is a boss and I'm just going up and attacking him like normal, right? So let's say I'm just attacking him now. Poison's gonna be best if I'm just literally just standing here, tank and spanking him for 3 minutes or whatever. Deadly poison is always gonna come out on top unless the boss is immune to poison or something. If I'm just standing here, tank and spanking, deadly poison is just always gonna come out on top. Now, use case and why some rogues choose to swap out this deadly poison in your offhand for a sharpening stone, an adamantite sharpening stone in particular, is because on trash, it is better than deadly poison in a lot of cases. So for example, if I was in BT right now and I'm with my raid, I'm going up to this Terramorph here and my whole raid's going up to the Terramorph, it takes time for me to stack up poison, right? Like I'm gonna hit him for a while. Okay, I've got 1 stack of deadly poison now. I'm gonna keep hitting him. Oh, I got 2 stacks of deadly poison now. And oh, the trash mob's dead. So this happens a lot with trash mobs, particularly the better your guild gets, the faster they kill trash. So you don't always get that 5-stack deadly poison to be ticking constantly. It takes a while to get it up. Whereas with stones, sharpening stones, is just straight damage, extra damage you're doing. You don't have to stack up poisons. You don't have to do any of that. So that's why on trash in particular, instant poison is the preference if you wanted to maximize your trash damage. But as a rogue on a raid, you don't want to grief your elemental shamans and such by using instant poison and taking up their shield stacks. So it just means you're basically just sticking with the deadly poison. Most rogues are just sticking with deadly poison, or if they're min-maxing, they're using the sharpening stones, and that's why sharpening stones are just better in general on trash. So trash-wise, sharpening stones are just always going to outperform in general, and on bosses, deadly poisons are going to outperform. But on bosses, in some cases, you might have mechanics. So, for example, let's say this Terramorph is a boss, and I'm hitting him. So let's say we have like 2 stacks of poison, right? And I'm hitting him, but now I have to go out. So I have to go out, and by the time I come back in, I was like, okay, we'll come back in for the mechanic or whatever it is. Oh no, deadly poison's off, and now I gotta stack it up again. Right, or deadly poison's about to fall off, so now I have to shiv once to stack up another thing. So sometimes the mechanics can mess you up when it comes to deadly poison being the best. Now in phase 3 in particular, deadly poison is really good because a lot of the bosses are just straight up tanking spanks. But that is the reasoning why sometimes some bosses you might want to do sharpening stone. The advantage of going the sharpening stone route is that these 2 poisons and Val poisons in your standard PvE build, you can actually take them out and throw them into Improve Eviscerate. Because if you're not using any poisons, you don't need a poison talent for PvE, right? So you can actually throw them into Improve Eviscerates, then you just sharpening stone your offhand, and you don't have to worry anymore about stacking poisons. You don't have to worry about shiving. If you got like a mechanic that's like messing up your poison applications or whatever it is, you pretty much just play rogue and not worry about poisons anymore. And while that may do a little bit less damage on bosses, it's kind of nice. Some rogues kind of enjoy the fact that they don't have to worry about the poisons anymore. They just pretty much just play the game as if they don't have to worry about any of the poison mechanics. And it simplifies the rogue gameplay a little bit if that's what they prefer. All right, so that is why some rogues are using poisons over stones. Now, again, it's a personal preference thing. I still like using deadly poison. I don't mind juggling the poison on bosses. I actually kind of enjoy having another thing to do on bosses, and it does do more damage in phase 3 on average on the bosses. But for trash, you know, Sharpening Stone is really, really good. And if you want to just ignore the slight damage loss on bosses, you know, it's not bad to drop the 2 points of Vile Poison, stick them into Improve Eviscerate, and then just drop Deadly Poison altogether. And you still perform really well. I know Zyrene, for example, doesn't use Deadly Poison anymore. He eats the slight DPS loss on the bosses in exchange for not worrying about poison at all anymore. So yeah, that's Deadly Poison versus Sharpening Stone. Thanks guys. Again, Patreon below. Help support these short form videos, and I appreciate all of you guys who help support. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.